All right, awesome. So before we start, I'm just going to set expectations. We need to make sure that we have our packets out. They should be on math. Making sure that you have a pencil ready and you're sitting up straight, Edward. Make sure you're sitting up straight and you're focused just like, oh, Anthony, I was gonna spotlight you, then you started eating. Just like Anthony, now I can spotlight you. Nice. He's sitting up nice and tall. His hands are folded. Make sure, Anthony, though, you're only eating on breaks, okay? So maybe put that away and maybe you can eat it after close reading. Nice. Let's see who else I can spotlight. Checking to see who else I can spotlight. I can spotlight Skylar. We should look just like Skylar. She's super focused. Her hands are folded. She's ready for math. Who else is ready for math? Gonna spotlight one more friend. I'm going to spotlight you, Coffee. Nice job. You look super focused. Nice. So now I'm going to share my screen so we can get started on math. Oops. Nice. So yesterday in math, we worked on addition problems and solving addition problems using 3-digit numbers. Today, we're going to do something really similar, but this time we're going to be doing subtraction and borrowing. Oops. So today, as we're working, students will be able to demonstrate the concept of borrowing in 3 digits by 3-digit subtraction problems by using drawings of base 10 blocks. Also, you'll be able to identify when we need to borrow and when we don't by determining if the digit at the bottom number is larger than the digit in the same place value in the number above. Before we get started, we're going to go over our SLA goals one more time. We know that in order to go to 3rd grade, we need to make sure we grow 1 reading level, get 80% above on our math assessment, and 80% above on our ELA assessment. So during this time, we need to make sure we're super focused so that way we're able to get that 80% and above to reach our goal. Also, we have to keep in mind of our mathematician's plan. Remember, when we're solving a problem, we always go by our mathematician's plan. We read and interpret the question, thinking about what this question is asking and what's our plan to solve. Then we use our plan for multiple choice. We make sure we're covering the answer choices and solve the problem before looking at the answer choices. We also need to make sure we're organizing our workspace, and as we solve, we label our work. Oops, sorry about that. Also, we need to check our work. We need to reread the question and ask, does this question make sense? Did I answer the question completely? And if your answer does not make sense, we can always go back and resolve to make a new plan. Before we jump into our explore problem, I'm looking for a scholar that can answer my question. I want to know, how many 1s can I trade for 10? How many 1s can I trade for 10? I see Camila's thinking. Who else is thinking? I see Safiatu's thinking. I'm going to unmute you, Camila. How many 1s can I trade for 10?
How
So if I have 10, how many 1s can I trade for 10?
To be honest, I don't really get it.
Okay, it's okay. It's fine if you don't understand. I can help you. So if I have 10, and I want to know how many 1s are in 10 so that I can trade my 1s to get 10. So in 10, there is 10 1s in 10. How many 1s are in 10, Camila? There's
10?
Yeah, there's 10 1s in 10. Now I want to think about how many 10s can I trade for 100. So if I'm thinking about the number 100, I need to think about how many 10s make up 100. so I can call on someone that can help me. Thank you, Camila. I want to know how many tens make up 100. Let's see who can help me out with this one. Oh, I see. I think Skylar has her hand up. Go ahead, Skylar.
10 tens make 100.
Yeah, 10 tens make 100 and 10 ones make 10. Nice job. I'm just looking for you, Skylar, so I can mute you back because I lost you. Or you can just make sure you mute yourself back, please. Nice. So now that we know 10 tens make 100 and 10 ones make 10, now we can go on to our explore problem. I'm going to actually share my worksheet and we can do the explore problem in the packet. So everyone's packet should look just like mine. Our explore problem is Zebulon has 266 marbles. He gave his cousin 187 of his marbles. How many marbles does Zebulon have? Something that Camila had did earlier in my small group, which was really helpful, was she said before we solve, we should underline our important facts. So I'm actually going to underline the important facts for you just to show you, and then I'll give you time to work on it. So we know Zebulon has 266 marbles. So we circle 266. He gave his cousin 187 marbles. The question wants us to find out how many marbles, does Zebulon have now? And we know when we give something away, we're using subtraction. So I am going to give everyone about 2 minutes to complete the explore problem. You can chat me your answers. That way I can send you back to either correct your answer or I can give you a shout out for having the correct answer. So you can have 2 minutes to solve our explore problem. Nice job, Jade and Camila. They got started right away. Salma, make sure you're working. Oh, you are working. It didn't look like it. Sorry about that. Make sure you have maybe a flat space to write so you don't have to hold up the notebook. Maybe if you can sit the notebook flat on like a table, it might be easier for you to work. Or it can go flat on your lap as well. Harmony, make sure you have your packet out, turn to the page that looks like mine, and also make sure you have a pencil so that way you're able to start on the explore problem. Nice, I see Asatu chatted me an answer. Nice job, Asatu. Jesse, make sure you go back and just double check your answer. Anthony, the explore problem, if you go to your packet, I see you said you couldn't find it. If you go to the packet after reading, we have math 2. We're gonna skip over this first half and then you can just flip the packet until you see where it says explore in bold letters. And that's the problem we're on. So it's after the first little exit ticket quiz. It should say explore in bold letters. That's where you should begin. Nice, glad you found it. Also, Harmony, it's okay if you're not there yet. Just make sure you get there so that way we're able to continue on. Gonna give friends just 1 more minute since some friends struggled with finding the explore problem. Skylar, make sure you go back and double check your answer. Janae as well. If we're giving something away, our number won't be a large number because we're doing subtraction. If he has 266 marbles and he gave his cousin 187 marbles, we should have a small number because he's giving some of his marbles away. I'm going to unmute Asatu let me find her to unmute. Satu, can you unmute yourself? Nice. Can you help me solve the explore problem? I'm gonna get my pencil ready and you can tell me what I need to do in order to get my answer.
First, you need to put 266 minus 187.
Okay, so I see you chose to do stacking. Remember, if we're going to do this method, we need to make sure that when we're borrowing or regrouping, we're putting our numbers in the correct spot so that we can get the correct answer. Okay, now what should I do?
And then I noticed that 6 is less than 7 in the one place. So then I took a 10 from the from the 10th place and put it to the one place, and then I did 16 minus 7.
So you did 16 minus 7. So what did you turn this 6 into? After you crossed it out, what number did you change it into?
A 5.
Yep. Oops. Let me fix my 5. 1 second. Yep. So what Asatu did, Jade, make sure your pencil's down and you're tracking. What Asatu did was she knew that 6 was smaller than 7, so she knew that she had to borrow from the 10th place. She crossed out the 6 in the 10th place and turned it to a 5 and borrowed to turn the 6 in the ones place into 16. So now what do we do, Asatu? 16 minus 7?
16 minus 7. 16 minus 7 is 16 minus 7 is 9.
Yep. So I'm going to put my 9 right there. Jade, now you have a warning. Make sure your pencil's down and you're tracking because we're going over it together. Thank you.
And then I went to the next place.
Mhm.
And then I noticed that 5 is less than 8. So then I crossed out the number, and then I took the I took a 10 from the 100 place,
Mhm.
and then I put it to the 10th place, so it made 15.
So you took a 10 from the 100s place. So this turns into a 1 and you made the 5 into a 15. Okay, now what do I do?
And then I know 15 minus 8 is 7.
Yes.
And then I went to the next value place, and then in the 100 place, I noticed that 1 plus 1 is 0, so I kept it blinking. My answer is 79.
Nice. Our answer is 79. Oh, I was trying to circle my answer. It didn't come out nice and neat. Our answer is 79. Oops. So Asatu is very careful with making sure when she was borrowing that she was putting her numbers in the proper spot. So if this is a method that you choose to use, you need to be very careful when borrowing to put your numbers in the proper spot. So that way we're able to come to the correct answer. Now we're going to move on to guided practice number 1. Guided practice number 1 says, there are 431 pennies in a drawer. Mickey takes out 345 of them. How many pennies are still in the drawer? Looking for someone that can help me with this problem. Let me check. Dameen, Mohamedou, and Jaral, make sure your screens are on. Jade, can you unmute yourself? Maybe you can help me with this problem. What should I do first?
First, you should make an equation.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna make my equation because that's gonna be my plan to solve is an equation. So let me write, oops, sorry about that. It scrolled all the way to the top. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, first I'm going to make my equation. So I have 431 minus 345. But before I write my equation, Jade, I think I'm going to underline the important numbers and information in my problem, just like I did for the first problem. So what do you think I should underline in my problem before I even start to solve?
You should underline 431 pennies in the drawer.
Yep.
Then underline 345 that Mickey had took out of them.
Yep, so it takes out 345. Anything else?
You have to underline how many pennies are still in the drawer.
Nice, because that's what we want to find out. How many pennies are still in the drawer? Okay, now we can go on to our equation. I already wrote my equation. What should I do next?
Next, we have to go to the ones place.
Yes.
I know that the bigger number in the ones place is 5, and you can't take away 5 from 1. So I went next door.
Mm-hmm.
I went next door and crossed out 3 and put a 2. I put a 2 above it.
Okay. And
Then
then
I go back to my ones place and put 11.
nice. 11. Okay.
Then I know 5 plus 11 is 5 plus 11 is.
We're not doing addition. Remember, Mickey takes out 345. So if he has 431 pennies in his drawer and he's taking out 345, we should be doing subtraction because he's taking it away. So 11 minus 5 is?
6.
Nice. Now we can move on. So you have 2 and 4. What should I do next?
Next, I took away 4. I took away 2. Then I took away 2 from 4 and I got 2.
Let's see. I don't see anyone evaluating. Do we agree or do we disagree with Jade? She said we're going to take 2 away from 4. Do we agree or disagree? You can give me a thumbs up if you agree, or you can give me a thumbs down if you disagree. Nice. I see Camila saying she disagrees. Who else disagrees? I see Egypt saying she disagrees. I see Rashad and Safiatu saying they disagree. I'm going to call on one of them to help you out. Camila, Safiatu, unmute yourself. How come you disagree with Camila? Why shouldn't we take 2 away from 4?
We shouldn't take away 2 from 4 because I think we should turn it into a 3 and then make it to a 12. The 2 a 12.
Yeah, I agree with you. Since 2 is smaller than 4, Safiatou, you can mute yourself now. Thank you so much for helping us out. Since 2 is smaller than 4, we're going to do exactly what she said. We're going to take from the 4 and turn it into a 3. And then we'll turn our 2 into 12. So Jade, now we can continue. What is 12 minus 4?
12 minus 4 is 8.
Yes, nice job. Now what do I do next?
Then you go to your hundreds place and you see 3 minus 3. That equals to 0. So your answer is 86.
Nice. My answer is 86. Nice job, Jade. Shout out to you for working through this problem, even though it might have been difficult. And shout out to you, Safiatou, for helping your friend out and helping her get to the right answer. Instead of doing the second guided practice for the sake of time, we're actually going to go into our breakout rooms and we're going to do independent practice so we can have more practice working with problems like these. So whenever you're ready, Miss Jones, we can go into our breakout room.
All right, sending us there now.
Thank you. Okay. Nice. Everyone is here. So before I share my screen, we need to make sure we have our packets opened to Math 2 for independent practice. So our packet should be on Math 2, independent practice. We should make sure we have a pencil and a flat space to work on. Kaysen, no thank you. Please put that back. Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen so we can get started right away.
Okay.
So independent practice, our first question is 748 minus 321. You can begin solving and then you can write your answers in the chat and I can send you back with feedback or I can give you a shout out if you got the answer correct. So we are writing our answers in the chat. Don't unmute yourself and say the answer out loud because some friends probably haven't even started yet. Kaden, make sure you're working. That's another warning, buddy. Nice job, Jesse. Jesse, since you finished number 1, you can move on to the next question. Nice job, Logan. You can move on to number 2. Nice job, Jesse. You can continue on to number 3. Super fast. Shout out to you. Nice job, Jenna. You can move on to number 2. Nice, Jesse. You can keep going, Jesse, to number 4. You're super fast. Nice job, Michaela. You can move on. Nice job, Kaysen. You need to double check number 2. Double check your answer for number 2. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Most of us should be done with number 1 and number 2. Nice job, Jesse. For number 4, yep. I'm gonna scroll down a little more. We should be finished with numbers 1 and 2, so we should be on numbers 3 and above. Before we move on, I'm actually gonna stop sharing my screen for a second. Nice job, Janae. And I want everyone to hold up their paper like this. How I'm holding up my notebook to the screen, hold up your paper like this. I just would like to see how everyone is choosing to solve. So everyone should have their paper up. So Jeremy, I need to see your paper. Logan, I need to see your paper. Kason, I need to see your paper. Okay, nice job, Michaela. You can go right back to working. Nice job, Janae. You can go right back to working. Put it a little bit more, a little closer, Kason, a little closer, Ryan. Nice job. You can go back to working. Nice job. You can go back to working. Let me see, Jeremy. It's a little more. Okay, you can go back to working. I'm going to share my screen again, just in case some friends don't have the problem. So I'm going to scroll down. We should now be on 4 and above. So no one should be on numbers 1 through 3. We should now be on 4 and above. Okay, Coffee, you don't have the packet. You can just write down the question. Turn that down. You can write the question from the screen. So we can be on number 4 and you can write down the equation and then solve it on a blank piece of paper. Do you have a piece of paper? Unmute yourself so you can let me know.
I only have 2 pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 doesn't make sense.
And also my name is Kofi.
Kofi? Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Number 4 doesn't make sense. It has all the wrong answers. The answer is supposed to be 477.
What number?
Number 6.
Okay, let me check. Let me check. Okay. So Jesse, this question is asking us what is the difference between 632 and 333. So double check your work because there is a correct answer.
Okay.
Yes. Make sure you double check. And if you want, we can go over number 6 together in a second. Let me just make sure everyone can get caught up. Kason, you need to double check your answer. Or, oh, actually, nope. You're all set. You can move on to number 5. For the sake of time, since we're running low on time, I would like everyone to, okay, just wanted to make sure everyone was muted. For the sake of time, I want everyone to go to question number 7. What do you do if there are not enough 10s to subtract? And write your short response answer. So everyone can turn to question 7 to write your short response answer. Please do not unmute yourself. So everyone should be working on number 7 because I'm going to call on someone to share out loud. What do you do if there are not enough 10s to subtract? Okay. Did anyone in your group, Miss Jones, get to the number 7?
We did not get through number 7, no.
Oh, it's okay. Well, we didn't either. We were just starting on number 7 for the short response. But I'm going to give a shout out to some friends in my group. Jessie did a really great job working super hard. Also, Kaysen also did a really nice job working super hard. A lot of my friends in my group actually did a really great job. We were making sure that we were using the chat to share our answers. We were also making sure we were asking questions if we did not understand something, and we were being super respectful. So my group did a really awesome job.
That's amazing.
Well.
Nice job, Ms. Brule. Great to hear that. In my group, Krish Miley was really great for chatting me the answers, and Asa too as well. But I have to say everybody else was great when I called on them to call out the answer too. So nice job, my group.
Nice.
Yeah, my group worked super hard too. We got stuck on one problem, and I want to shout out Sanad for helping us figure that out. He helped us revise our thinking on there, and so great job to him, and great job to everyone for working really hard in my group. Everyone was very focused.
Nice. So that was the end of math for today. Remember, when we are subtracting, if we have a larger number in a place, we must regroup in order for us to get the correct answer. And also, Kofi, I seen your message about not having a packet. It's okay. Just make sure when we share our screen that you're following along, writing your answers on a separate piece of paper. So it's okay if you don't have the packet. Just make sure you can have a notebook or a separate piece of paper to follow along. And we're all set. Time for a close reading.